over the last couple of years, this time of the year, the WWE's ratings are not that very good because they're also competing with football season and also competing with the now presidential election of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And basically right now, the WWE product on Raw, especially Raw, isn't kicking ass like it was WrestleMania season. It hasn't been for many years. So in my opinion, I'm here to tell, give some ideas on how I would fix Raw and how I would book Raw. Now Vince McMahon has come out recently. And said that he's not happy with the cruiserweights. He's not happy how they're not getting over the crowd. But the thing is with the cruiserweights is that he's not utilizing them to their full potential. In my opinion, if you want to get the cruiserweights over, do what WCW used to do and actually let them open up the show. That gets the people hyped up and actually invested in your show, and maybe wants to keep you watching. I like how Vince is like letting them have a bit of story in the cruiserweight division. I know he said that tone it down a bit, but I like how he's adding a bit of story to it, because I like to see a bit of story in a feud. Because if a story hasn't got if a feud hasn't got a proper story in it, then I'm not going to be invested into it, and the fans ain't going to be invested into it. And that's what I like about, even though it's like a basic feud, I like how the WWE are going to the basics to just do something different. I mean, you've got two guys in a Brian Kendrick and a TJ Perkins who are former best friends. They train together to get into the wrestling business, and now they're feuding for the Cruiserweight Championship because you got Brian Kendrick with this awesome, creepy, psychopathic character I love, and you got TJ Perkins who hasn't got the best personality in the world, but has basically, he's kind of the underdog kind of thing, and he's like taking every match as it comes, really. And I like that. So basically I'll put the cruiserweights up first instead of having them third, like in the third, like second to third hour, because on the third hour people's attention spans don't really last, because people after the third, like near up to the third hour, going past the second hour, like bored, like this sucks. Like after the second hour people kind of get bored, and like the final hour kind of gets dragging sometimes. But in my opinion, if you want to get the cruiserweights over, then the WWE should put them on first, in my opinion. Number two is basically have the women in the main event. Have the women wrestlers have main event segments now and again. Like I liked a couple of weeks ago where you had Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the women's championship as the main event on Monday Night Raw. Now we haven't seen a women's title match or a women's match to main event Raw in a long time, and I liked how the WWE refreshed it. I know over the years we've had the males, they've basically dominated the main event scene. They've been in tag matches or whatever, or they've had their single feuds, but we've never really seen the women. They've never had the credits. They've never seen the women get the credit what was due to them, really, the good women wrestlers. And today in WWE, with the great women wrestlers you have right now in the WWE, you really need to start featuring them as main event women wrestlers. Like these are supposed to be the best women wrestlers in the whole of professional wrestling, because of this whole women's revolution thing. So having Charlotte and Sasha Banks main event Raw every couple of times doesn't matter, and maybe feature somebody like a Nia Jax and other women wrestlers. Maybe bring up Asuka, because Asuka, man, is going to be a really good women's wrestler for the main roster, man. Like she is like a great wrestler. I like her personality. Like she's awesome and stuff. So I think that the WWE need to call up Asuka, and now that Mickie James is coming back into the WWE, I hope that Mickie James isn't just on NXT. I hope that she gets put on Raw or SmackDown, because man, at the minute the women wrestlers on Raw really needs freshening up. I know like it's cool to see Sasha Banks and Bayley and Dana and Charlotte on Raw every week, but we need to freshen up and have new faces on the Raw side of the women's division. And obviously, and the third thing is like have more build up the tag team division a bit more. I know like you've got the New Day's champions, but like when the New Day have been champions, like you haven't had any legit tag teams apart from like maybe Anderson and Gallo, and build those guys up. I mean, I like what you're doing right now is making them like dominant and making them and making them kick ass. Like you should have done that weeks ago, instead of having them like having doctor gimmicks or whatever, like being professors. I don't know what the hell that was, But they should have had done that weeks ago, and maybe they could have beat the New Day at SummerSlam. But you know, WWE didn't go with it, or maybe push Enzo Amore and Big Cass to a WWE World Title, not WWE, I mean, to a tag team title match down the road. Maybe a triple threat match at Survivor Series could be there. And then the main event, maybe, you know, you can have maybe Kevin Owens go out on his own, you know, have Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, keep that, because I think that is going to be a good way to keep Raw going. I mean, they're the only two guys that at the minute are keeping me watching Raw, that and the women's division right now in the WWE, like right now on Raw. So yeah, that's how I would improve Raw, guys. So leave your thoughts on those topics in the comments below, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Right now.